Oh God!
What was
I don't know if you caught it earlier today. Thank God, but he was like talking, and I just kind of leaned over and on that one I was like, hold it, stand up, make sure they hear
Have you been eating beans or something, Greg?
it.
Have you been eating beans or something?
I don't know. I haven't ate a lot today, but
That would be fun, yeah. Fuck!
Was it the third one where they had like Tom Cruise showed up?
oh God!
What was
I don't know if you caught it earlier today. Thank God, but he was like talking, and I just kind of leaned over and on that one I was like, hold it, stand up, make sure they hear it.
Have you been eating beans or something, Greg? Have you been eating beans or something?
I don't know. I haven't ate a lot today, but
That would be fun, yeah. Fuck!
Was it the third one where they had like Tom Cruise showed up?
oh God!
What was
I don't know if you caught it earlier today. Thank God, but he was like talking, and I just kind of leaned over and on that one I was like, hold it, stand up, make sure they hear
Have you been eating beans or something, Greg?
it.
Have you been eating beans or something?
I don't know. I haven't ate a lot today, but
That would be fun, yeah. Fuck!
Was it the third one where they had like Tom Cruise showed up?
oh God!
What was
I don't know if you caught it earlier today. Thank God, but he was like talking, and I just kind of leaned over and on that one I was like, hold it, stand up, make sure they hear
Have you been eating beans or something, Greg?
it.
Have you been eating beans or something?
I don't know. I haven't ate a lot today, but
That would be fun, yeah. Fuck!
Was it the third one where they had like Tom Cruise showed up?
oh God!
What was
I don't know if you caught it earlier today. Thank God, but he was like talking, and I just kind of leaned over and on that one I was like, hold it, stand up, make sure they hear
Have you been eating beans or something, Greg?
it.
Have you been eating beans or something?
I don't know. I haven't ate a lot today, but
That would be fun, yeah. Fuck!
Was it the third one where they had like Tom Cruise showed up?
oh God!
What was
I don't know if you caught it earlier today. Thank God, but he was like talking, and I just kind of leaned over and on that one I was like, hold it, stand up, make sure they hear it.
Have you been eating beans or something, Greg?
What?
Have you been eating beans or something?
I don't know.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics. Into the Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics.
Now I'm trying to work some stuff out. Give me a minute, y'all. Appreciate anybody watching. There's a delay. There's a delay. Yeah, y'all. There's a little bit of a delay in when you're streaming, like about a minute or so. You should see something here. Here we go.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics.
And let's see. I thought this was funny. I don't think he'll care. This is. That's not the best one. Hold on a minute. Let's do this. No, let's not do that. Let's do this. Since you're already seeing my face, I was trying to hide my. I wasn't going to be on camera for a minute. I was just going to be playing some videos and stuff for a second. But let me. The other one is. So I screenshotted his like his YouTube channel picture, and just kind of tried something with this.
You've had it, Ananuki Child.
I thought that one turned out pretty good.
You've had it, Ananuki Child.
And I told him I'm going live. I didn't know if he's busy. There's somebody else that might join as well. And I guess, let me just go ahead and let's just make it simple because, you know, I dropped a link on X for the studio in a DM group, but you know, it's the middle of the day. A lot of people might be working. Not everybody works from home. Or I mean, if they work from home, not everybody works on a computer or something from home where they can maybe come on and listen to a stream or join a stream or any of that kind of stuff. And then if you didn't see it before, we will play it again. Let's play the fart heard around the world. Well, hold on. I want to show y'all this. Let's try that again. I don't know if that kind of turned out a little. So if you don't know, that's kind of the working title for a show. I'm going to be hopefully. There's no time of when we're going to get this going. We're kind of letting it. Do it again. I like that one a little better. But yeah, so eventually I will be trying to set up a scheduled show once we coordinate, figure out how we're going to do it. If we're going to do it once a week, like I'm trying to do Comics Group. Don't forget, there is a Comics Group satirical type. Oh, hey, Saboteur. What's up? Yeah, guys. Let's see. Let me take this off here. I'm moving a little slow today. little slow, like all the way up to starting and coming on live. I was cooking and I was I just noticed you could see that, which I pointed out before, but the GC. But I'm trying to think. So this is titled "How is Life Treating You Today?" So I'm kind of just rolling with it. See how I think the lighting's there. That's pretty decent there, but it's like a little too bright to my eyes. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna turn that around just like that a little bit. Okay. My chair could use a little oil. Just stopping by to say hi. Yeah, appreciate it, man. I was glad to be able to back that book yesterday. If anybody, we've got a few eyeballs here. Saboteur Comics has a project funding right now on Fund My Comic. You would think I'd have this stuff, but I didn't know he was going to pump in for a second. Yeah, like it's like I was saying earlier, not everybody can. I think, did you see me in the chat earlier on Katie Dix? I believe I don't know if I said hi to you or not. I thought I did, but I couldn't remember. I was there for a little while, kind of. I was there for a little while, taking, in and out of there. I was watching and then I wasn't watching because I was having to do stuff. And I was like, man, I ain't streamed since Monday. Yesterday was a real busy day. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So I was in and out at different times. I saw you there, saw Tank there. Tank came in a little bit later, and then Tank was on, like he appeared on the panel and everything. That was pretty cool. I saw Dr. Ben's comics in the chat as well. That was really nice. Matter of fact, I commented, or I chatted in the chat. I said, I blame Dr. Ben's comics for everything that's wrong in my life. So, yeah, guys, feel free to speak up if you have the ability. If you're watching from work and, well, not watching, but listening, because a lot of people, like if they have like a job that's manual labor of some sort, but they're allowed to listen to headphones, they may be listening. Not everybody can, say hi or whatever. And then there's people that watch on the TV sometimes, and you can't really comment from the TV. So we was talking about toys the other day, so I started pulling down some things. I didn't really get to show them. I was on, like, Reverend Rune did a stream a few nights ago. The Wheel Studio showed up. I was there. We talked for a while. I ended up leaving, and it wasn't because Will just kept insisting on talking about One Piece. It was because I was actually kind of tired. I'd had a pretty good, productive day, and this was like 2 days ago, so it was the day before payday, I believe, or the night before, because it was at nighttime. So, and I'm not really sure. I lose track of time sometimes. Like I didn't realize I hadn't streamed since Monday until I was looking at the streams today. And let's see. And I did something that I haven't done yet, but there was a stream I did, I think, a few weeks ago. And we had Self-Destruct was on there, and Dr. Ben, and well, I think it was a few weeks ago. I could be wrong. It could have been a month ago. I guess I could figure it out. But it had a copyright claim on it, so I was like, hold on. That doesn't mean that it wasn't struck. It just had a claim and it couldn't be played, because it is part of it was where I'd played Wicker Man by Iron Maiden, the video, which is weird. I would have thought their label or something, or whoever owns the rights, whether the band or the label or whatever, that they would have been putting it on there. But it was kind of like it was only limited in certain regions of the world, which happens. But that kind of makes it harder for me. Like when I'm trying to just make a short clip without having to screen record something and just do it through my phone on the YouTube app, if it's got a copyright claim, sometimes it'll allow you to play the sound, but I can't pull the video part up. I should be able to take it and remix into a 15-second to a 60-second short now off of that particular stream. And there was some funny stuff in that stream. Now I do need to go back and probably screen record some of it, or if it's not deleted out of my restream yet, get that kind of. I'm kind of checking on something real quick. Let's see here. Okay, when was this stream? It's probably, it might have been before I went to detox. That's what I'm wondering. It had to be. Yeah, it must have been. There it is, because I'm going to change the title too. I'm going to change it from Omar's Ball Sack to something more appropriate. Something, like, because it wasn't, that was just to be funny and a joke. But, I don't, like, in a live setting, you're going to see me say things and do things funny. And sometimes there'll be cussing and stuff. But, just for my own personal well being, I try my best in my real life to kind of watch what I say, and that's for my own personal reasons. Like, but sometimes I just be here by myself. Stuff happens. You get to cussing, or whatever. I'm no preacher. I'm not a perfect person or anything. So what am I doing here? Oh gosh, I can't do it right now. Anyway, let's just get back to. Oh, and then my friend Mike Hernandez, who joined us a few times last week, he's been pretty busy, man. He's been, his job's got him kind of, like, he's been so busy. Like, he's just driving a truck, but he's doing a lot of loads. And then this one area, like when he takes certain things, he don't get a good connection and everything, which I think he should be a little careful about. Being at work, yeah, you're driving. We know you can talk and drive, and you can have Bluetooth or whatever it is. But he said he wasn't going to mention anything about it. You wouldn't know the company's name and all that other shit. Which, if he's just coming on as a guest on my channel, odds are nobody's going to really know what the fuck until he starts doing his own thing at some point. Okay, any suggestions? Let me see here. And maybe I should send, let me go ahead and, I don't know if he's, like Anunnaki Child might be, he might be busy, but I'm going to offer, because I know that he was wanting to do a stream with me last week on Wednesday, I think. I believe it was Wednesday, and it was like, my energy was low. Like I didn't know. I think I set it up. I can't even remember. I just know that I think, from what I understand, I think if he wants to cut, like, we need to get him on here and just get used to doing this, because I saw that he tried to go live yesterday and his phone had died on him, he said. So anyway, yeah, I'm I'm back. Yeah, because I'm doing all that on my phone, like it's. Okay, so let's get back to the nitty gritty. Oh, what's up, Subjugates Comics? What's up, man? Seaman Man. I don't know, man. I ain't seen you. I don't know what you look like, but what's up? Yeah, I was telling Charlie from Saboteur Comics, I was really happy. Like, I backed his book yesterday. And then I also ordered that Hoover H. Horace, which I remember when the guy was originally funding I remember when it was first being several years ago when the first issue was being promoted somewhere. I called it. I caught the character and I found it interesting. It's a guy with a vacuum cleaner, old Hoover vacuum cleaner as his head. Yeah, Subjugates. So far nobody's entered that giveaway, but we might have somebody show up tomorrow in the chat and say, "Hey, enter me." And that'll be if they don't comment on, like, a bunch of people saw me. I saw that a lot of eyeballs saw the post. Maybe they already have the book or something. So it still might just run down to you and Mass Ramen being the two that we might have to call heads or tails. It's just I'll just get a coin and go heads or tails. So, which you had a great idea, and I thought that was a good idea to go ahead and make the announcement on X. Like I haven't really been talking about it on the channel because there's been a few days I haven't done a lot. I haven't streamed since Monday, so. But I was like, it is what it is. Like for a second, I was like, well, man, I should have just picked out of them two last week and just got it over with. But we might end up with a few eyeballs on us tomorrow. Like a few extra, because I have been retweeting it. I posted it today. I'm gonna post it again, and it is what it is. Is what it is it is. I don't know. I can't talk like Eric D. Live too well. So Subjugates, I saw you in several chats here recently too over the past few. That's what I'm thinking. Like, we'll just have to see. Like, a few people reshared it, and I'm trying to, I meant to make a video like a video for Just X, saying, look, this is how you're going to enter. I'm not promoting this anywhere else. And when Saturday comes, either be there or be square. Now, if they had commented on the post, I was probably going to go ahead and enter their name, whether they were in the chat or not. But it's looking like maybe what I'm thinking is tomorrow we might have a few people show up that we didn't have last week. You never know. I thought last week went pretty good, though, being that I haven't been so consistent. But it went pretty good. Like, everybody on the panel, we all had a good time. We had multiple different people in and out of the chat. Like, I don't know how many total, but sometimes there'd be 4 or 5 people watching, or up to 6, and then maybe some people left, and then somebody else new came in. There was a lot of interaction in the chat, so that was really nice too. So, and today I'm just doing, because I haven't done one in a week, since Monday, and so this is just kind of like me seeing what's up, or like kind of getting back in the swing of things before tomorrow. And yeah, the only thing that I hate is that I get caught up in doing some like physical act. Like yesterday, I was running around errands, grocery shopping, all that. Then by the time I got home, putting up everything, like it's like I wanted to get some reading in, and by a certain point, I was just like, I was pretty swamped. So I'm not looking to do a marathon stream today. Like, I figure if I make it to an hour or over, like an hour and a half, I figure is good, depending on who's in the chat, who might come on panel. I do know there's one person that might show up on the channel. He said he might, but also he's dealing with a little pain as well. I'm right before I went live, my back was killing me, man. I was like, man, I don't know if I really want, because sitting in this chair, but it's all right. And let's see. Let me show you. Hold on a minute. So, Okay, this is the other one. I don't think I showed this one. It's the same kind.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child.
Yeah, I don't think I'd shown that one. I showed the other one. I did 2 different versions of it. And that's going to be, I'm just toying around with ideas for things that, okay. I'm toying around with. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I set it for like 1:30 again. Is it on your buddy's channel or? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. So I'm assuming that maybe it's on your buddy's channel. I don't know. I could be wrong. My screen is bricked. Oh, okay. Yeah, I realized that after that video stopped playing, and I was having a second. I was kind of having a moment. Spaced it for a moment. I wanted to make sure. Okay, you're on the other channel then. Let me. But that's good. That's good. You know what's weird is I said that I'm taking everything back more to the main channel, and but now, since last week, I've lost a couple subscribers, but then I've gained. I'm seeing the second channel is at 177, and I'm putting a few shorts and stuff up over there. I need to make some stuff that's a little bit comic book related for both channels, but I'm gonna keep putting stuff over there. But it's gonna be, okay. You do have a wrench on the second channel. Cool. So at some point, as the second channel grows, but the main idea is that, like I said, keep it alive, let it grow. But in case I have some kind of hiccup, such as a community strike, and they say you can't upload for a week, and you can't post in your community for a week, hopefully some people will know, oh, he's got that second channel. Gray Cloud's Thoughts, by the way. So, and at one point I thought about, oh, wait. At one time okay, it's on your channel. I'm just trying to figure out which I can't, like I believe I might have seen you on the set. I can't remember. Right, so it sounds like I might be starting out around the time that you're doing something too, or y'all might already be in the middle of doing one while I'm starting. But usually the Saturday group, the comics group I'm doing, when we do them, they generally go 2 hours or more. It just depends, if we got good interaction in the chat, even if it's 4 or 5 fucking people, and we got 2 or 3 people, and we're all getting along and having a good time, it can, it can turn into one of them long marathons. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. Let me say here. Let me just say here for a minute. We'll see here. Let me just say here for a minute. I'm going to see if this works. Okay, there we go. 62 people once I started talking about giving away people.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, give away a comic?
We're gonna have a wheel with Dennis and Dennis on there.
Like it dropped from 6 to 2 people once I started talking about giving away people.
Right. Right.
Give
That's
away
what I'm saying.
Oh
Might
my
not.
God, give away a comic? I
We're
know.
gonna have a wheel with Dennis and Dennis on there.
Like it dropped from 6 to 2 people once I started talking about giving away people.
Right. Right.
Give
That's
away
what
a-
I'm saying.
Oh
Might
my
not.
God. Yeah, thank you, man. Like, and I changed my description to. Oh, let me get this back to. Give me a second here. Hold on a second. Hide that. Okay, there we go. And yeah, like I was saying, like my main channel, is widely known for the inspirational, motivational stuff. But cut to a few years ago, before I had a second channel, when I first started off, I was kind of doing everything. I was showing my toys, action figure collections and things like that, talking about, I didn't have a lot of comics, but I was getting slowly back into it. And when I'd find something at Ollie's or maybe got to go to a comic shop and get something for 50 cents or $1, I'd show that off. I wanted to show this the other day. Oh, Ed 209. I think the battery might be dead, but hold on. Where's that button at? There's a button on here somewhere. Used to be. Supposed to have sound effects. It does have sound effects, but I can't figure it out. Yeah, I remember. I think when you showed up last week, it was a little later we'd already been going for a little while, so that was probably that would probably be the reason why. I imagine. How do I not remember where the That's crazy. This is a nice. It's all dusty and stuff. Man, I can't figure out. How am I not remembering? There's like a way here to. I guess it don't matter. I never used the sound effects anyway, but it had movie sound effects. Ed 209, from RoboCop. Let's just sit him on the table so I don't drop him. Trying to put him back up on that old. I actually promised that to somebody and have not got it to them, and that was like well over a year and a half ago or longer. Which I had their address at one time because they had sent me some toys or action figures, but I don't remember where that address is now. And I don't have direct communication with them. I was trying to. Yeah, man, you have a good day at work. Yeah, man. And when I can, I try to. Like, I don't know if it's Saturday is the only thing when you do it, but I'm trying to keep up and show a little bit of love to other people's channels and stuff when I can. So, and I appreciate you being here, man. It's and I didn't expect this stream here to really be catching any attention much. I just set it up on the fly and scheduled a time just a few hours ago and was like, okay. And then I changed it. I went from like 12:45 to 1:05, and then I was a little late. So no biggie. Let's see. What am I going to do here? Trying to keep it rolling. You know what I wanted to do is I was going to discuss. I might discuss. Okay, is that okay? Let's see. And then we're going to go down here again. I got to read some more of this today. What the crap? Oh, here we go.
The Avenue is no joke.
That's on the
Drive-by. Bootlegging days. See, Avenue is no joke.
Dropsy Avenue.
Drive-by. Bootlegging days.
Okay. Seems almost narcissistic to be looking at my other channels or all of my videos, but I'm trying to be a little entertaining at the same time as, you know, there's a reason I titled it, How Is Life Treating You Today? Life's pretty good for me today, whoever's listening. And like I said, my intentions is not to have a big marathon right now, but I'm enjoying the day. I'm enjoying doing it. I've got something cooked and ready to eat when I want to eat. Like I was going to try to get something and eat. I was going to try to have it ate before I went live, but it kind of just caught up with me, and no big deal. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what else I'm trying to do here. I really gotta. So sometime today, I want to allot some time to doing. I do want to find some time to read. I want to read out of my Jack Reacher book. I'm getting further in. Like, see, I'm like further down in that. Then I still have the Rogue Trooper, which I'm close to the end of that. I got about that much of that. Getting about halfway through Dropsy Avenue, which is Will Eisner. There's a lot of stuff, you know, and then at the same time trying to think about the daily readings I do or like to do. But I'm wanting to pull away from doing too much. Like I want to get back on making some videos. But of course, I share my mind on a live stream quite a bit. But I'm going to try to get back like I did when I originally started and just do some videos that might be 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes of things that may be on my brain. I'm trying to think about certain things and all that. So let's see here. Let me take this out. Do this. Hold on a minute. Because I can look up something here if I want to. If I want to. I want to. We're going to do this. And then I have to go. Okay. Yeah, I got to. There we go. If you don't know, I had shared a book called The Way of the Wizard a few years ago. Shared the entire book. It was by Deepak Chopra. But I announced a week or two ago. I remember saying it last week specifically. I'd already took down the playlist of The Way of the Wizard, and today I scrapped all the videos, and I'm going to see what I can find here, because I know that Jimmy Dore he attempts to distance himself from hold on a minute. I want to find the emails because I might pull this up tomorrow. Now I want to see the actual emails that like Jimmy Dore had, so I just got to figure that out. All I gotta say is he's trying to backtrack now and act like he didn't, you know. But when you read what he was saying in the emails, there wasn't nothing like illegal being said, but the references he made to young girls and you know what I'm getting at. Let's see if I can find a. Yeah, here's an article. Okay. Read Deepak Chopra's controversial message exchanges with Jeffrey Epstein. Bring your girls and zero in on your prey. Yeah, we might. I might actually bring that up tomorrow, even though we're going to be having a fun group. It's going to be a fun show, hopefully. But I'm going to cover this. I mean, I'm going to make a video about it too, of why I took down. I still have a Way of the Wizard book here, and it did influence me. And I have said that I learned a few years ago he has a lot of stuff ghost written for him, so he's not even writing most of it himself. And then when this came out, and I saw Jimmy Dore and some other people talk about this on YouTube, I was like, and it's like I never did look up to Deepak like he's some fucking. I just read a couple of his books, but I don't want, you know. Yeah, he said it on February 4th. Chopra posted on X defending his appearance in the files and distancing himself from Epstein's crimes, which include operating a sex trafficking ring and sexually abusing underage girls. I want to be clear, I was never involved in, nor did I participate in any criminal or exploitative conduct. Any contact I had was limited and unrelated to abusive activity. He wrote, some past exchanges have surfaced that reflect poor judgment and tone. I regret that and understand how they read today, given what was publicly known at the time. Well, your dumb ass shouldn't have, I'll pull it up for you. I can show this, I guess. I can pull this up, and you get. Now, I don't know what you're watching on. You might be watching on your phone, but I'm going to read it. Oh, wait, that's his X post. I don't care about his X post. I'm trying to find. Now, Chopra's email exchanges with Epstein are under scrutiny, particularly Chopra's frequent references to Epstein's girls. Chopra and Epstein maintained frequent contact over text and email from 2016 to 2019, the year that Epstein was arrested. Their messages, which number in the hundreds, according to reports, also indicate several in-person meetings at Epstein's properties in New York City, Paris, and South Florida. In at least 2 exchanges, Chopra encouraged Epstein to bring his girls on trips. Yeah. So, while inviting Epstein, let's see. In 2017, he wrote, if you won't use a fake name, bring your girls. While inviting Epstein to Israel, later adding, your girls would love it, as would you. Later that year, Chopra invited Epstein to Switzerland, again inviting him to come with your girls. It is unconfirmed if Epstein accepted these invitations, nor is it clear the age of the girls Chopra referenced. Yeah, I still just think, dude, and at that point, Epstein already had been tried and convicted, even though he got out on probation. So, during those years that he was, it just, and this is not something I intended to necessarily cover today, but since this is how his life's treating you, and this is something, I took all the there was quite a few Way of the Wizard videos. So in my channel history, I've deleted like overall views for the channel, which really don't matter. If you're trying to chase monetization, what's going to matter is how many views you get in a year, or how many watch hours. Those old videos I weren't getting much traction anyway. I'm not worried about it. It's better to take it down and, say I'm not really too happy about what's being said in these emails. In a later exchange, Epstein complained about another round of very bad press. Look, they spelled that wrong. Advised him to Chopak advised. Oh, okay, Chopak must have been stay silent and meditate. Yeah, they typo. When Epstein reached out again, noting the toxicity of my press. Yeah, why do they keep calling him Chopak? Whoever wrote this article did a pretty lousy job. That's not too good. Okay. And we're at 45 minutes. I don't know who may be watching, who may be listening, but you know, I've got like a Buzz Lightyear. These guys are bad. Joy Toy makes some badass toys. I got the first one of the first runs that they did of the Warhammer figures, and then I got these guys, and then I really never got any more. They're pretty expensive, but they're a lot more expensive, or well, at the time. Well, for one, they come out of China, like the company's really good though. But when you get the stuff, a lot of the newer stuff, when you get it, if you order direct from Joy Toy itself, it's going to take a minute to get to you. It might take up to 6 weeks to end up in your possession. But I have 4 of those black Space Marines, whatever. That's the blood. Crap, I can't remember because I never played the game, but I do like I like the way I like the lore that I know about, or a little bit about. I think some of the art that I see and some of the characters, like the Space Marines themselves, all the different factions and the different colors and all that stuff. Really, I've always really liked that. And, I was watching a few years ago some of the fan made animation, which was really cool. But you remember the Games Workshop or whoever owns the property, kind of put a lockdown on a lot of people being able to do that and all that crap. I don't know where that is nowadays. I feel like I'm boring people, man. Whoever's watching or listening, that you must obviously you're lurking. That's okay. I lurk sometimes because, sometimes I have the ability to say something in a chat, but I know if I get going and started, I might not, I might get caught up in bantering back and forth too much, especially if I'm tired and really need to be trying to rest. Today, though, like I said, after I get off here in a little bit, I will probably do a little bit more cleaning. I'm going to wash dishes here in a little bit. I was going to try to have dishes washed before I was going to try to have dishes washed before I started the stream, but that'll be all right. Because I don't know if I'm going to eat while I'm streaming. If I do, I'll put my camera off. Actually, it really don't matter if somebody's seen somebody in real life eat. I don't think it really matters. Some people are weird about that. I see other creators go, "Don't eat on camera. Don't eat on camera." So, but trying to think what we can do here.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child.
Let's see. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, let's do this first. Oh, hold on. I'll remove the source there. I can do that later. Then I was going to, because I thought he was going to be here. I thought somebody might, but if it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm okay. Like being solo, like sometimes you need to do that. But what I'm about to do is just kind of try to find oh my gosh. No. Oh my gosh. The best way I can do this probably is go. I know I'm not looking at the camera, guys. I'm having to look at my screen here. Now I could set this like this and try to do something. Yeah, I can do that. But I'm still going to be looking down. So I guess I'll go to like doing this on my channel or on the maybe I'll do it over here. Is this where I do it? Oh, okay, there it is. So I wasn't trying to do that. I'm trying to find somebody's channel and I'm going to share it. Not that it's really a big deal, but I thought just because I was thinking about this earlier when he had mentioned he might show up or something. Now I'm just going to play a few. I guess he don't do shorts. What is this one? Okay, we'll watch this one. It's and also if he is out there listening, maybe he's doing something at his house and can't participate right now.
Today, junk everywhere. More junk. Greeblies and junk and Greeblies. Alright, we're making stuff out of plastic today. Junk everywhere. More junk. Greeblies and junk and Greeblies. Alright, we're making stuff out of plastic today. Junk everywhere. More junk. Greeblies and junk and Greeblies.
Okay.
Alright, we're making stuff out of plastic today.
If you are watching and you're out there, if you're listening, oh hey James Gannon, what's up? So that's Kit Bachelor's channel. I was just kind of showing people. He don't have a lot of shorts. He's got videos. Now I don't know the technicalities of playing. Now he's put it up there on his channel, but they're doing cover songs, and I don't know the technicality of if I play a cover song or if I play his band playing the cover song. I don't know if that, because I've heard of people performing someone else's song and then somehow getting copyright struck, even though I don't know, even though you're doing a cover. Let's see what this is real quick. Well, I thought, why is this not okay, let's try this again. Okay, there we go.
Whoa, ho, ho. Alrighty, so it's me, Kit Basher. Do I want to turn the camera around? I'll see. I don't know if you can see me. Here I am. Probably can only see part of me. Alright, that's good enough. What are we doing today? Well, it's not a Six Figures episode.
Yeah, so if you're just now getting here, James, I was saying earlier, well, trying to do this. There we go. What I was saying earlier is I see that I'm getting close to an hour right now. I don't know about when I texted you, but I'm definitely not trying to go for a marathon today. I was like, I'm going to stream. I haven't streamed since Monday, but I do have Comic Script coming up tomorrow. Those usually run up to 2 hours, if not more. Like last week, I think we streamed about 3.5 hours, or we reached the 3 hour mark last week and went over a little bit, which is no big deal to me. But I've had a busy week. Like I said, I hadn't streamed since Monday. I don't know how long I streamed on Monday, but it was a good stream. I enjoyed it. believe so much. But so I was just kind of like showing anybody that is out there.
I did so many of those episodes, as you can see, 6 and another 6, and on and on and on and on and on. It begins to add up after a while.
Oh, let me hit a like on here.
So yeah, I mean, this has been since 2021. I got the bug.
I like looking at people's collections, even if I'm not collecting now myself. But I was showing off.
Back there.
Like that's from
Lots of stuff going on here. I guess they're building one right there, eh?
Gundam, I think.
And yeah, with the black hole. Yeah, that's a cool figure.
I was showing off this.
You guys are back here charging in the charging ports.
Warhammer.
Yeah,
Nice.
Mix it up a little bit. Whatever droid needs to be charged, I stuff them in there, you know? Oh, there's an R5 sitting down there, see? And yeah.
I think y'all get the picture. I was trying, like, if he showed up, I was gonna definitely pull it up, but I went ahead and did it anyway. So no biggie there. We can. I think that consistency is going to be the key. So the more I'd stay at this, the more people get used to me being here. And then I think having a different scheduled like having a scheduled show, like I might do some random shows in the mornings or in the middle of the day during the week a lot, depending on the week that I'm having. Like I said, this week, I had a doctor's appointment. That day I was gone most of the day. Well, not most of the day. I got down there and got out, but I was busy. Last week I had an appointment, and that it's kind of like, and then also yesterday I got paid, was out running around taking care of like things that I needed to take care of. Still got some things I need to do, but I've got food for right now. I've got electricity paid, and I've got my phone done, and taking care of some things paid on over at the neighbors, water bill. But I think I have all the documentation I'm going to need. So as long as I don't end up broke before I can get there. But my hope is to get to the DMV and see if I can get that ID going, man. Get that ID going. Something long overdue. And then if anybody that doesn't know, March 13th, I will be God willing, I will be having the procedure done, the colonoscopy and the endoscopy thing. They're going to put a tube in to look in my stomach, and then the other way too to look in the colon. And at the same time, they'll cut a cyst out of my back. That it's not real big and like filled up right now. It went down. Now by the time the 13th comes, it might start filling up again. But she's going to go ahead and cut that nodule out. What's up? What's up, buddy? Hey, buddy. You know what I mean, buddy? I've been enjoying just hanging out for a little while. Trying to get the swing back, because it was Monday the last time I streamed myself. And then I got Comics Group coming up tomorrow. I'm hoping, hopefully there's a few people watching tomorrow. Last week went well. We had like I said, I didn't count, but I know that we had plenty of interaction in the chat last week. I know that Mass Ramen Subjugates Comics was there at some point. I believe you were there, Tank, in the chat. Early on, there was Tomcat, Falguni, like some other people that are not necessarily in the comic scene. Now, Tomcat does collect comics, maybe not now, but he's got a bunch of comics. He showed a brief moment of the boxes he has of what he's, and he even talked about it kind of a minute or two. I think he said he was a fan of Ninja High School, which I don't know. I'm just taking a breather from work myself, been sitting down too long. Yeah, man, like that can do it to you. like right before I went live, man, my back was all like aching and shit. But I've been up and moving around. And then yesterday I was in and out of a car, like having to go to different places and going from one, like I was at Walmart for a minute, which I don't really like going to, but that's where I went for a minute. I just went in there, wasn't in there long. But and then went to a dollar store and well, that was our. But yeah, the when you're running around, and even though I have somebody driving, it's like in and out of the car all day, half the day. I've activated my inner weeb, your inner weeb today. Yeah, and I am going to give that copy of Koga away tomorrow, which we Masked Ramen and Subjugates Comics both entered last week, and I was just going to pick last week, and then Subjugates Comics said, well, why don't you promote it and see if a few more people might enter, and maybe you get a few more, so this week, I wasn't promoting it on the channel, but on X, I was like letting people know, hey, Saturdays, like I'm going to post another link today. I've already posted one earlier today. It's the same link, but I'm going to repost it again. Like keep putting it in front of people's faces. Maybe somebody will show up. I guess I should maybe post it in Comicsgate, maybe tomorrow morning or tonight. I don't know, like the link to the live stream. So you act, what you got cooking is just too much. Uh-oh. Celtic folk metal in Japanese. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I like some of the folk metal style stuff. There's like some black metal bands that are like not really black metal, like in the sense of, but it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know if they're black metal, but that's kind of the region I remember where it kind of started. You had some people in Norway, well, in other places, but I remember that being like when it was first being experimented with, and it was coming from places like that where the black metal scene, and then like in Sweden, there's they have a huge death metal scene. Anyway, you probably know that a little bit. Trying to think. Oh, you missed it. I was talking about, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. I had an article pulled up, and I was trying to explain to people why I deleted all my Way of the Wizard videos, because it's a book by Deepak Chopra. And after last week, when I saw that he interacted with Epstein I was reading the article today from 2016 to 2019, and numerous emails, like hundreds of emails and texts and stuff. It wasn't too. I was like, man, like I never looked up to him and thought he was some fucking big, but I liked a couple of the books, but I don't want anything on my channel. I don't want, even though that's old stuff and I still have the book and it influenced me in my life, I'm not going to, I didn't want it on my channel. I don't want any, like if you were emailing and texting the guy during that time, and that's way after he had already had his other charge and got out. That's something that I'll stand on. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this shit down. I don't want nobody. I don't want no affiliation even. Like it's okay that I can think about it. It's kind of hard. I can differentiate art and someone's creations from like their personality. Like I might not like somebody, but I can still dig their shit. But when it comes to that kind of thing, I was like, because I'm not too happy about, like, it's all a big fucking hoax anyway. Not a hoax, but it's a big game they're playing. And then nobody's going to the only people that are going to get in trouble for anything will be people they are willing to sacrifice. I'll post it daily on your feed and hit up groups at least once a week, but not every day. Yeah, not every day. I hadn't posted it every day, but like I figured today's Friday and tomorrow's coming. I'm not in any groups other than my own. And it's a small group. Like I'm not in Omar's group anymore, so, but that's no big deal. I remember what's cool with me in the chat the other day or yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. He was somewhere. He was cool with me. I didn't think we had any issues, but those people are sick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If all those files. That's why when I saw Jimmy Dore last week covering the actual emails and oh yeah, but groups I could post in the comments. I don't know if I posted it at all in the comments, Gate. I might have posted it once, but if I'm gonna go and look because I noticed that it's not like a lot of people post over there. Like mostly everybody just kind of posts their links for their upcoming show or maybe a video they just made or something. Oh, okay. Tank rules. Oh wait, you know what? Let's play. I don't think you've seen this, James. Give me a second. We're about to go ballistic. Nah, not ballistic, but let me pull it up real quick before Tank leaves. I should have been on point. I should have been right on point.
I am Tank Ferret. I am Tank Ferret.
And then let's see here. And I did another one for Dennis where he actually says his own. I believe this is it.
I am Dennis Rodriguez.
That cat's so cool.
I am Dennis Rodriguez.
Can't wait to play that tomorrow if Dennis shows up and everything. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to make that bigger. Well, let's watch it one more time.
I am Dennis Rodriguez.
Yeah, you know, I do too. Let me remove this source. I agree with you. And I didn't know I don't know exactly what that's in reference to or if you're just saying that in general. I have a severe disdain for mainstream profit shop slop. I want to see the next big thing come out of the independent crowds. Yeah. I mean, I've always been that way, whether it's music or fucking, you know, whether it's music, comic books. Now, big writers and stuff is different, but you know, like the whole field has changed even for just writing actual novels and stuff. A lot of people are just self-publishing nowadays too. I look healthy. I'm glad. I love this. I love those. Thank you, Tank. Clear-eyed. Yeah, I guess. I ain't been smoking a lot of pot. I don't have really any, but I do have some on the way. I got this though. I do. I will say though, just a little bit ago, I was kind of tired. But I made me some more tea. It's got ginger. I boiled ginger root today with some green tea bags, and I threw one black tea bag in there. Ginger root's really good for you. I got some lemon juice in that, a little bit of cayenne pepper, a packet of like electrolyte flavored stuff. Yeah. So there was something else I wanted to show y'all. Hey guys. Yeah, after you mentioned it to me, Anunnaki Child, I was talking to somebody a few days after you brought it up, because remember I told Anunnaki Child that I knew of Marvel Zombies. I knew about it, but at the time I wasn't collecting. I wasn't into it. And even if I had been collecting, I wasn't really, like anytime I've been collecting over the past, anytime I got back in and would look into stuff comic book wise, like, you know, like when I was in high school and stuff, I was really big into like the main, like big companies. Thanks for stopping by. Man, I hope. Okay. Yeah, man, I wasn't trying to bug you, Anna Nikki. And I'm not going to be on here way longer. Like, I think I even texted you and said, I don't plan on doing a marathon today. I was about to show something. Hold on a second. God darn it. If you're still there, Tank, and if you might be driving right now, so you don't really need to be looking at the screen probably. But I was showing them this a minute ago.
You've had it, Ananuki child.
That one turned out really good, I think. The other one's kind of I didn't have him say anything. I think the other one, I could do another one, but I think that one was like all I typed in was like, have him say, you've had it. And the job. But this is the. Then they took his hair off, so it's kind of. But that was still pretty good. I mean, I think when you get up, when your back gets to the wall, your face don't look as much like you in the other video. Let me show that again one more time. The other one. I really like the other one. This one.
You've had it, Ananuki child.
Oh, we don't have his hair on either. I guess I could. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think it really matters. I think the idea was just to be funny, right? And then, of course, you've already seen these two, but I was going to show if Tank is still here and whoever's still here. I don't think because James had been kind of out of pocket for a few days. Or like, I think last week when we were doing some streams and everything, you were busy, James, and everything. But we have, I did this past week. I don't know if that's the one I like the most. Like and I only did 2 of them, so. But that don't look bad. Let's see, I'll know when I look at the other one. So if anybody doesn't know, that's what, eventually we'll be hopefully, and I think it's good that we're not like rushing it. Like I get a little too ahead of myself. The music and stuff really kind of like pops on that one, I think. And I mean, there's plenty to do. There's plenty we can mess around with. But I've been talking about for a few weeks now, setting up something that'll be kind of an Art Bell style. We're going to be talking about some interesting subjects. Well, such as earlier, I'm going to pull some of those. I might pull those. Tomorrow's a comics group satire meeting, comics group, satirical. It ain't all about comics. You can show up in the chat. You can come on the panel. We may be talking about comics. We might talk a little bit about life. May cover some of the drama in comics, but we also can talk about movies. We can talk about music. We can talk about whatever the hell we want. That's just the title of the thing. That's so that I like it because it's kind of old school and nostalgic, like Flight of the Navigator or something. Yeah, the music on that, I think that's the one I really like the most. But like the other one was okay. I can't remember which one came first or whatever, but like I don't really see any reason. Like if that's the one I like the most, and you think it's out of the 2, I figure I could just delete the other one because we can always play with it again. Like I can do the same, create something else. Whether you say I want to believe, but let me show them this too while they are here. I thought these were pretty cool, and then I think there's one that looks better than the other, but I'm just going to play them both here.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child.
Let's do this. They don't look too bad though.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child.
And then the second one is about the same, but the alien looks a little bit different.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics.
Oh, I like that one. That's probably the second one I made, I do believe. I like it because they both work. So, but I like that one as like maybe at some point, uploading it as, being a part. It's like saying it's giving you a little bit of information about what the show's going to be like. I'm going to play that again real quick. Let me make this full screen real quick. Oh, I don't have to do that every damn time. I forgot.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics.
And I think that'll work. You know, I think that'll be. I think that'll work. Let's see what you said here. I see a message. Octopus beard. Yeah, I forgot I still had to take stuff. So I am, you know, like sometimes I'm harder on myself. Like, you know, I'm trying to maintain a lot of shit. Look, I'm 52, which I'm not complaining, but I have a lot of chronic pain. Who don't? But, well, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't have chronic pain. But I deal with a lot of chronic pain, you know, from my back to my feet to, you know, I actually have rheumatoid arthritis. And as I get older, it's kind of fucking, you know, it's like I didn't really think much about it 8 years ago or whenever it was, 10 years. Whenever they started telling me I had arthritis, I didn't think much about it. But now, let me tell you, I do know about it. I know it's there. I know. And, you know, it's been brought up pretty recently in the past few years. The guy that my general surgeon was like, well, these cysts are coming up, I think, mainly because of your arthritis. I need to create some other things, but yeah, what I would like to do is, you know, if I create an image using AI, and like if I have a detailed prompt, and we've talked about this, if it's like a still image and it ain't a video, but getting a still image, like typing out what I'm seeing in my head, and I guess what I could do is get a picture of each person that come, like the people that seem to. So far, when I've done comics group, you know, Dr. Ben's not been on every one, but one week I did one by myself. But you know, people show up and be on panel with me. So like Dennis, Dr. Ben, Reverend Self Destruct. You know, it'd be cool to maybe have a generated image in comic style, like a certain type of comic book style. Have that image, and then I can go in and, well, I don't know how to do that. Like if I could put all the images together and then have it create like people as a team. Anyway, I'm thinking too hard while I'm doing a live stream. Shut the hell up, Ray Cloud, and just kind of be in the moment. That's no, you know, that's all stuff I can think about later when I'm not trying to do this. Trying to think of if y'all didn't see it, let's show you this. Or hold on. I think what do I do here? Boom.
Into the Gray with Ananuki Child, covering strange topics.
But y'all might have saw this. You might have seen it. Might have seen it. It's on the YouTube channel.
That would be fun, yeah.
Is it the third one where they had like, Tom Cruise showed up?
Oh God!
What was
Now, I don't know if you caught it earlier today, thank God, but he was like talking, and I just kind of leaned over and went, on that one. I was like, hold it, stand up, make sure they hear it. Yeah, I didn't know if that.
Have you been eating beans or something, Gray?
That day was when we had streamed earlier that day, Tank. You had streamed with me, and I didn't know if you called it, but you were talking, and I was in this chair, and I just kind of leaned over and farted. And I haven't went back and watched it to see if it picked it up. But that one, I was like, I knew it was coming, and I was like, motherfucker, I'm gonna make sure somebody hears this one.
Have you been eating beans or something?
I don't know. I ate a lot today, but yeah, I go on to explain. I figured out what it is. I've been eating like pickled red cabbage. It's really good it's like a probiotic, real good for you. I want to Let's just catch that again real
That
quick.
would be fun, yeah. Fuck.
Is it the third one where they had like, Tom Cruise showed up?
Oh God! See, we were having fun last week, and that's what I hope. You know, like I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to try it, but that's the whole intention of the Saturday. That particular stream. That's the only thing I have that I try to keep on somewhat of a schedule. You know, of course, when I fell off the wagon, I really, you know, but there was times that I was still sober, and I'd skip a week or two, and then I'd come back and we'd do it. You know, I need to probably start numbering them. Like I don't think you know how many we've got, but let me hide that. There we go. But that's what I'm red dye 40 and xanthan gum. I do, isn't that right? Like that X is pronounced like a Z, isn't it? Kind of like xenomorph. Like a xenomorph is spelled with an X. Well, you know you're having a good time if you get up and fart on down skirt. You know, like that's you know, and not to say that Anna Nikki Child and I, when we get going, now as far as the scheduled stream that we're going to work on it, setting up eventually, that'll be probably a more serious tone because we're going to be now if we're covering something that's not so serious, I'm sure because we have a good, like I've talked to you enough that we have a good what is it, dynamic. We carry on a good conversation. It's not all just me talking. It's not all just you. Like we kind of bounce back and forth off each other. Same with and xylophone. Okay. Yeah, xylophone's also I was just trying to make sure I was correct in that. And then all of a sudden I was thinking, I thought about xenomorph. You know, like the aliens, like the regular aliens from the original Alien movie, and like, you know. If you're a nerd, you're a nerd. Yeah, I think I watched it, but I can't remember. And like, I could have been drinking at the time that I tried to watch it. I was thinking I did. Maybe I didn't. I've heard like mixed stuff about it, but I heard overall it was pretty cool. And then I watched Predator Badlands was, you know, kind of okay, but I'm kind of picky to some things, man. I don't know. It's like when somebody pointed it out in a review, the Predator in the movie, he's got those things that hang off their head is not hair. Like someone explained it in a chat somewhere, and I saw like a video of someone talking about it. So for him to have his tentacles or whatever they are put up like that, you know, was that's kind of really being nitpicky. But overall, for entertainment, I enjoyed it. I didn't not, you know, I was like, it's not bad. And what I like is that, you know, the android in there, of course, is owned by the Weyland. Is it Weyland-Yutani or something? I think is the way you pronounce it. The corporation that owns all the ships and the fucking colonies and all that shit is doing the experiments in it. Yeah, that kind of gets into that whole. Yeah, I'm gonna say I think I'm trying to remember. That was on Hulu, wasn't it? Or was it on it's on Hulu. I think, right? There was a point this last, from the beginning of the year to now, at some point I remember paying or having like a free trial of some, you know, type of streaming. And I can't remember if it was that one or not. But I did, you know, watch Badlands. I think I paid for it I paid like $5 or $6, rented it, or $3.99. I waited till it was like I could rent it and just watch it on the stream, like for $3.99 or something like that. Like I'm not gonna. So maybe I didn't see Alien Earth actually, but I saw a lot of coverage on it. So I know, I was a fan of the. I like that they did that, but I wish, like, I would have liked to seen, like, when they did Alien versus Predator, the first one. I thought they kind of blew that because they made it PG-13 and it definitely needed to be rated R and graphic. The second one, a lot of people down it, but I thought it was rated R. It was graphic like the comic books were. If you go back in history, in the 90s, well, even like early 90s, it was Dark Horse. Dark Horse did the crossovers. They were doing Alien versus Predators and stuff. And they also was doing, like, they had Alien Earth Wars. That was pretty cool. Like, I was really big in all that. Like, Oh, you chose not to watch the new Predators? With the Badlands Predator, I liked it okay. Wasn't nothing really, like, woke or nothing about it. Now, the Predator before that, what was it? Oh, yeah, the Native American one, I watched it too. It was entertaining, like, I enjoyed it. Now, do I remember? You know what I mean? It's not like, it still wasn't quite, there was something about it. Yeah, the pyramid was cool in Antarctica, but they just kind of went, and they saw that they messed up a lot. They got a lot of flashback because none of the Alien movies or Predator movies were ever PG-13. So I don't know why they thought that is what, that's like was my biggest thing. It was like, it's not gritty enough. It was cool, but it wasn't like it should be. Yeah, and I got to say, the Native American one, I think I ended up seeing it for free somehow. I don't remember, but I don't think that they're bad. Like, if you haven't seen them, like, and you do happen to catch it, and you don't have to pay for it, it's at least worth checking it out. You'll know within the first 15 or 20 minutes whether you fucking want to continue it. Oh yeah, that actually was a good one where they dropped all them people from, like they just dropped everybody. Like, because when it starts off, I thought that one was good, but the one after it, that's the one I was talking about. That Shane Black or whatever his name is, that directed it and stuff. It wasn't any good. The one where at the end they had that huge fucking super predator that they were trying to engineer, and there was too much comedy in it. It was like, there can be some jokes in it, man, but like it's got to have like a, That's what I was saying about the newest Predator when I saw someone review that and talk about that. So I did watch the movie, and it is annoying because they're not like, his tentacles don't even look really like the tentacles of any of the other Predators. So it's kind of like when you're like, I think they did pretty good. Like, overall, it was an entertaining movie. My buddy Mike went and saw it at the fucking theater, and he said he really enjoyed it. I could see that. But there's been movies I've went to the theater and watched and had the 3D stuff going on and all that, and think it was really awesome because it's this huge freaking screen, awesome sound. But then a few months later, when you watch it on streaming or on DVD, and you start realizing that wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? So I could see where, like, if you were like Mike went and saw it in the theater, that probably would be more of an entertaining experience. But like I'm really into some, like, even though like I'm not, man, I've got some Alien pretty cool alien action figures still over there. I might pull those out. Like, give me a second. See if I can get one out real quick. They're like 118. Oh yeah. I'm just grabbing the first one, but this one is like this one was from like the second movie, and it was like he's getting his head blown off. It came in a set. So I've got some of these xenomorphs where they're not all blown. Well, I had some. I just grabbed the first one out of the box, but that's pretty cool right there. The set came with 2 of these, I think, and each one looks different, like with their head blown. And then it's got the little, the guns in the second movie. Yeah, and I don't like the one with Winona Ryder too much. It's okay. But I thought, I remember 3 kind of being like, but it was good. It was dark. It was good. Or I thought it was. The main problem I had with it was, was it the 2 that don't survive, and you end up with just Sigourney Weaver in 3. It would have been interesting if they had, because remember, wasn't it the kid, and then what's his name? The guy that played Reese in the first Terminator or whatever, wasn't he? He was in Aliens, I thought, or Alien 3, or he was in Aliens, wasn't he? And they get away, and then yeah, the smart guns. They're in that box, but I'm pulling stuff out of a box that I made up to send to somebody, almost like about a year and a half, 2 years. It's not been 2 years yet, but I was getting rid of some of my action figures and was trying to send them to people that would use them and customize them and maybe show them. They would have, because they have their own channels and they show their action figures, and they do a lot of custom work and stuff like that. But I just haven't talked to the guy in a while. I don't know what's happening. He don't do anything on his channel either anymore that I've noticed. Let's see here. Okay, there's the other one from that set where he's got like chest wounds and stuff. Now this arm, oh yeah, it's that way. See, so he's had his arm blown off. And you got the chest wounds. Pretty good. And then when you buy them single or in the packs, they come with these. And you can put them together, like the grates and the ships and stuff. So that's pretty cool too. Now this is from a cheaper set. It's not real detailed and stuff, but you'll remember this too. It's not. They do make Hiya Toys makes one of these that's really detailed, and it's pretty expensive. I don't think they make it anymore. So it's like if you find it on the secondary market, but you remember that in the, the second movie or something similar to it. But this came from Walmart, and it's a toy company that makes some pretty cool. They got some property rights to the Aliens and stuff a few years ago, and I've got some of those figures, and I got this, but they did them in funky colors and stuff. But it was still cool. I had it was like a real big queen alien that was red, like this big, pretty cool. It didn't cost a lot. Yeah, that would be a decent Terminator versus Alien. I believe in the comment. Now I don't know who's still here, but Dark Horse at some point did, or maybe it wasn't Dark Horse. I remember there was some Terminator. because they did some Terminator comics as well. They did Terminator, they did Alien, they did Predator, and then they did a crossover. That's where Alien versus Predator actually came from. Was like, because I believe. Well, it comes from, at the end of the second Predator, you see an alien skull on that ship at the end. And then that led to Dark Horse. Once they had the rights to the property licensing it, they ended up doing an Alien versus Predator comic and stuff. Several different miniseries types and all that stuff. Yeah, the loader. Now, this ain't the one, it's not real, like I said, this is a cheaper one, but it's still cool. It actually came with like a thing that went on the back that was a gun that wasn't in the movie. Probably in that box there. And then I showed this off earlier. That's from like Gundam, which I don't know a lot about Gundam. I just know some of the stuff I like. I haven't bought a new action figure or anything in about 2 years. And then I did give away quite a few things. Sold a bunch at a yard sale too. I gave somebody a killer ass deal.
What was
Now, I don't know if you caught it earlier today. Thank God. But he was like talking, and I just kind of leaned over and on that one, I was like, hold it, stand up, make sure they hear it. Oh, how did that happen?
Have you been eating beans or something, Greg?
Weird.
Have you been eating beans?
I don't know how that just randomly started playing. I didn't hit play that I know of. I was going to show y'all this. I don't play video games, but you'll recognize that if you play. Did you ever play Halo? I don't know much about. I know a little bit about Halo, but I didn't ever play it. So, And like I got it, and then I broke the arm off. Like, I had 2 of these, but I sold the other one at the yard sale. Dude, he probably bought $200 worth of toys, and I sold it for $30. A whole box of shit. I was in a delusional mind frame at the time. See, there's a couple of really good YouTube channels that do Batman versus Jason and many other really cool. Yeah, I've seen. I tell you what I like is, have you saw Batman versus Darth Vader? He's going to save Superman on the Death Star. That's pretty cool. There's a couple of really good. Hold on. Let's pull that up for everybody to see. There's a couple of really good YouTube channels that do Batman versus Jason and many other really cool fights. The Batman versus the Creeper. Yeah, Jeepers Creeper was badass. Yeah, so that's probably the same channel, and you probably saw that. But so there was one where Batman is going, like, somehow they've captured Superman, and he's on the Death Star, but that's from Halo also, I've got some action figures. I don't know where they're at right now. I was just, I'm kind of enjoying showing off this stuff because, I haven't done that in a while. So I don't think I'm going to get back into spending a lot of money on action figures because I had a compulsion, man. And that kind of happens when you have an addictive personality. I mean, I have enough trouble with the alcohol, man, let alone trying to buy a bunch of toys like I was a few years ago. Like once I got sober for about 10 months, I was like not really saving any money. I was spending buku of money on action figures. Anyway, and then somebody that had been, now she don't really watch my channel anymore, but we still communicate. She's a subscriber, but she had sent me this a few years ago. That's that's a Jabba from the actual 1983. Still got the pipe and all that. And it does have Salacious Crumb as well. I think he's down in here because that opens up, and I've got some. Let's see what I got in here. Well, I got a Jawa. Look, the eyes light up on this one. It's like an older. It's not all real. It's not very posable, but it did come out like I think in the 90s, maybe. Of course, Greedo. Now there's one of my Halo guys. There's one of the Halo. You know, the lesser, just regular soldier type people. Another Jawa. This one, I believe, comes from the actual, like, an animated version or something. Yeah, I don't know where Salacious Crumb is right now. I might be giving this away to somebody, but I don't know yet. And what was... Oh, the arm came off. Darn it. Yeah, I realized that I said I wasn't going on a marathon today, and I'm approaching 2 hours, so I'm going to have to... And I'm doing this... I'm trying to limit myself today because I know tomorrow, once we get... I'm hoping to have a fun, entertaining comics group stream tomorrow. Everybody's invited on panel or even in chat. What was cool when she sent that to me was this. No, I don't have the box, but the actual, you know... So that's really cool. Gorlock. Are you talking? That makes me think about that big old hefty girl. Or, well, she ain't really a girl. That trans whatever. Gorlock the Destroyer. Yeah. So, I'm thinking... But I was intentionally, I came into this stream intentionally with the idea that I did not want to. That robot killer in Mandalorian was fucking cool. Sad when he died. I'm trying to remember. I watched all, I think I watched all 3 seasons. I know I did. Oh, are you? I can't remember. I've got quite a few Mandalorians too. Like, now these are crap. I do have some Boba Fett's. Those 6-inch ones I've got are like damaged or something. And one of them I spray painted trying to customize and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to wrap this up here in a second. It's been a fun stream. It's been me mainly, you know, by myself. Yeah, that trans thing. Yeah, the Gorlock. Yeah, well, like I said, I was wanting to stream because I hadn't streamed since Monday. I haven't even made like really a video today. I did make a short and upload it right before I went live, like just letting people, you know, telling people I have a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. Moving a little slower today. It started off slower, you know, like I've been busy this week. Like the doctor one day, the next day getting paid, running around, doing stuff, trying to maintain, and I'm slowly but surely kind of keeping things like there's plenty in this trailer for me to be doing and get stuff really top and ship shape. I still have yet to move this table that I have here. I want to move the table into the middle of the living room where you'll have that wall right there will be behind me. And then once I get that, when I get to that point, I want to have some different stuff that I can put up on the wall, like a cool poster, like whether it's a movie poster or a comic book poster or something. And every so often shift it out, like have a good, I want to try to have at some point, you know, I had this idea quite a while ago and I just haven't got around to it so much. But I figure those are like things that's really not that big a deal when I get to it and I'm able to have, you know, a nice background and whatever it is that I think I want to do myself. I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I just kind of want to improve the quality of what it is I'm trying to do. Oh, yeah, okay. They made a Mandalorian shoes. I'm gonna have to look those up and look at them online. I mean, I don't know if they still make them, but I'm sure I can find pictures of them. That's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, and like I said, I started off kind of slow this morning. I can feel it catching up with me, even though I have ingested some caffeine and everything, and I took some vitamin B, this gummy thing that's like to help with energy too, and then the other thing, you know what I'm talking about, but that only works so far, It's not like I'm just trying to push through, and then because I've been making myself, even if I'm not physically doing a whole lot, even if it's streaming and making videos, I try to keep from the time I'm started the day, because I start between 4 and 6 o'clock. I'm usually at least conscious by 4 o'clock. Might fall back asleep, but by 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm back awake. That's why a lot of times I end up doing streams sometime in the mornings, anywhere between 7 and 10 o'clock, just depending on what is going on. But we still just got to coordinate. I was waiting. I figured I was just kind of waiting this week. I figured you were busy just like I've been busy. But whenever, one day, if you're going to be like last week, we'll try to do that. Help me tidy some shit up. Yeah, it's like, I just rent the trailer, but I've been here anyway. And right now, I'm just concentrating on maintaining, not drinking. See, today is Friday. Yeah, so like this last Tuesday was 3 weeks, ago that I took the last drink and I went to the detox. So we're coming up on next week. If one day at a time, though, it's got to be one day at a time, one moment at a time. Fuck, if I overthink things, and I ain't gonna lie, over the past few weeks, there've been a couple of times that I've thought to myself that first week, like there was a couple of different days, like or something. I don't remember what it was, but I remember thinking to myself like the wrong thought, and I had to like wait on it. I had to let it pass, because the good shit passes and the bad shit passes. So when I'm having bad thoughts or I'm having a bad day, it's gonna pass as well. My good day's gonna pass and my bad day's gonna pass. Oh, but like I said, I haven't, like yesterday, I was so like going, errands, grocery shopping, all that. And then when I got home, I had to put a bunch of stuff up. And then got around, I had to cook something I did not ate while I was out. I didn't, I had plenty of groceries that I was buying. I'd already dropped some off, and then I picked up more stuff. So I was like, I'm not buying something out to eat today just because I got paid. I mean, I spent enough money already on things I needed, things I had to take care of. And then there was a few things, like I backed Charlie's book, that horror comic, which is already sent to the printers, and he's working on issue 2 now. So I'm kind of excited about that. And I got something else coming called Hoover H. Horace, which is really cool. I might pull that up again tomorrow. Show some of the artwork. Kind of excited to get that because I just like the way the character looks. A guy with an old Hoover vacuum cleaner for a head. It's probably going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun. Like a fun, kind of campy, and it's got like an old style feel, the artwork and stuff. Yeah, I can feel in my eyes the heaviness already, even though I am more alert right now than I was a few hours ago. Like leading up to the stream, man, I was drag assing, and then I finally picked up my pace a little bit. But I don't have to round this out at 2 hours. I guess I can go ahead. That's awesome, dude. Be proud. Do you go to meetings? I definitely have my own struggles. I just think I play it off well. Probably not for anyone but myself. No, I'm out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Back when I got sober a few years ago for 10 months, the first month and a half or two, I was basically just sober on my own. And then I found the AA group, went there, and then kind of, like I've said this before, that particular group, at some point I didn't feel that comfortable there anymore. And then, but there's some faith-based groups around here, like one on Monday, one on Friday. My deal is usually those meetings aren't till those meetings will be like set at 6 o'clock or something. Well, I'm getting like by the time 6 o'clock rolls around, and even if my neighbor's saying she'll take me, a lot of times by the time 6 o'clock rolls around, I'm ready to call it a day. Now, I know that if I just get over there to one of those meetings they're held at some churches and stuff. And I know the one over in Ider on Fridays, they'll have a meal and everything. Like it's a Celebrate Recovery. And so eventually I will get to one of those, because all I got to do is get to it, meet some people, exchange some numbers, and should be able to get rides when I want to go, hopefully. So I have yet to get to one of the meetings since this last time of coming out. It's just sometimes today is Friday, but see, it's already 3:01. Betty's been out and about all day. She gets paid today. Her check's still coming in the mailbox. I don't understand that. I don't know anybody that's still getting. She's still getting a fucking. Yeah, remember we've talked about that. And Lucky Child. Maybe you're forgetting. Remember I told you I only got it twice. Just because it's more expensive, and I prefer just the regular, like not the concentrated fucking synthesized, because that's what most people are spending hundreds of dollars on and shit. Either those little shot things that they get, or even the pill form. Yeah, a support group. Yeah, I know. It's just that I tell you, like most of my support group is just people like in my phone or here doing a stream. I talk to my neighbors some. Betty runs me around places, but she's one of the only ones with a vehicle and has to run other people around all the time too. And then the neighbors that live in front of me that I'm really cool with, they work a lot. Like dude works a full-time job during the week and then goes to Jackson, works part-time on the weekend. So, I go over there, but usually maybe once or twice in the month. A few weeks ago, they let me wash some clothes over there. So that was cool. They helped me out. But yeah, I was just saying that I wasn't trying to be a smart ass. I was just meaning we have talked about it, and I was just saying that I tried it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was looking at it yesterday. Well, no, I didn't look at it, but after I'd done, because I went down the road, and I was considering maybe getting it because I hadn't. I'd only got it twice, and I do remember. Anyway, I can see like the potential for abuse is far greater with it. But anyway, so we are about 2 hours, so I'm gonna like wrap this up. And then that link that I'd sent you was like, but I didn't realize you were like working. I didn't really know. Like, we haven't really had a chance to talk. Like a lot of times in the evening, by the time I'm texting you and stuff, like I'm just like it's easier for me to text because I know, how it goes, man. It is like James Gannon and I had not talked in a few weeks, or like it'd been a minute, and we talked the other day, and it went into like 2 hours, like like I'd been like intentionally trying to not be too because like I can overload my brain. I love talking, I love having good conversation, but by the time I'm texting in the evening or something, I'm usually just trying to settle down, and I know like if I get into a good conversation, shit, before I know it, you remember that one night we talked? It's like 2 hours later, it's like I go from being tired, I get on the phone, like, and it's bouncing back and forth, all shit. It'll hype you up. It does me, like having somebody to really bounce ideas off of, talk about interesting things and all that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, the day that I went to my doctor this week, I'll end this in just a second. Nobody's like rushing me, but I'm seeing that it's 3:06. I've been sitting here doing this for almost 2 hours now. So, and I haven't ate. I've got something made. I'm going to eat after I get this done. And then I want to specifically make sure that I do some reading today. I want to read from the Jack Reacher novel I'm reading. I want to delve into a couple of the book graphic novels and stuff that I'm more trying to get through. So I'm going to set, it might be another couple hours from now, but I'm going to intentionally make myself, before I lay down and start watching YouTube and shit, I'm going to set aside, it might only be a 45-minute period where I read like the next chapter in the Jack Reacher book, and then I'll read a little bit in each of the comics that I'm currently wanting to do. Yeah, like I've found over the past leading up to going to detox, there's several people that I've gotten to connect with directly, like you and James, and then somebody had reached out to me. And it's like, man, I've been able to have like a lot of good conversations, and then I kind of felt like myself burn out. Like after last week, there was like a period where like I was like, damn, like I had so much, my brain was trying to process because I talked about a lot of different things with several different people. And sometimes I'd be forgetting, like, well, did I already say this to this person, or do we already talk about the subject? And like just having like that, like that's a more mental taxing. And it wasn't bad. It was just like at some point I was like, man, I gotta like take a little time and just be to myself and just do what I gotta do. Same with streaming. I'll go and be streaming every day for like a week, and then like I'll kind of like lay off for a few days or whatever. Well, not every day like this week, but so yeah, I'm trying to think of what I should do to roll this out here. But before you came in, Anna Nookie Child, I was talking about a subject. I had pulled up Deepak Chopra's, and I was reading about his emails that he had with Epstein and shit. And that doesn't strike well with me. And I took down the Way of the Wizard, all the videos today. You won't find a Way of the Wizard video on my channel now. Took the playlist down last week, and I finally got around on my laptop, and I cleared all those Way of the Wizard because that was a Deepak Chopra book. I don't think he actually wrote it though, so it doesn't matter. Let's see, what was it I was about to show?
No, pretty fun, yeah.
Was it the third one where they had like, Tom Cruise showed up?
I watched the first. I think I watched the first season of The Chosen, or at least half of it. And then there was some people that had some issue with it after the second or third. I don't know. The actor that played Christ or something said, I don't really know what it was. I watched when it first came out, I remember watching at least half of what, because like when it first came out, you had like, it was like this weird, I had like an app or something that they were offering. I remember they were offering it at first, I thought for free. I can't really remember, but I watched it a little bit of the first season. But that's been so, and I couldn't tell you if I was drinking at that time or not drinking. And if I was drinking, then there's probably a lot that I don't remember. And they do take a little bit and add some details in there like that. I think that's what the issue was with some people.
That would be fun, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. It's still free on YouTube. Okay.
Fuck.
Was it the? Is it the?
But like personally, like, I mean that is cool and everything. I'll tell you this much: I thought Mel Gibson's the movie The Christ was a lot more sufficient. Passion of the Christ. And that's only based on what I did watch of the first season. I can't tell you if I watched the entire season, but I do know I did watch it. It was seeming to be pretty cool. And then I just kind of like, because I have my own, like I have a relationship with Spirit and the Christ and all that anyway. So. I thought what I watched of it, I thought it was good. Now I can't tell you about. I know that I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about, but as they went into the second season, and then I think they did a third season. I don't remember how many seasons they did, but I do know at some point somebody there were some people been out of shape that for whatever reason, because there were some things that were kind of like, I think it was in the second season. And I don't know because I didn't see it, but I saw people cover it. There was something that somebody thought, like they took like a little bit of liberty in insinuating something. I don't really even know. But Ed 209 from RoboCop. So like really, just because I did watch when it first started and everything, I know that what I watched, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Now, as to what a few years later, some people were having issues with about, and it was something about the actor and all that, I really don't know. There's certain details that are not in Scripture that you would have to kind of like add. If you're trying to make a whole series out of it, there were certain things, and I think that's what people had issues with, but I can look past all that. Okay, so I'm going to end this. Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ, the man who played Christ, was a Jew. He actually died on set a couple of times, I think, and actually got struck by lightning on the cross. Lots of crazy things happened. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the interviews, and I don't remember all that, but I've seen him talk. I saw him talk about that. There was a lot of different things that went on in the making of that movie. So. But I am going to end this, guys, because if I keep on talking, I'm just going to stay on here, and I don't really need to. I need to eat. I need to probably walk a little bit. I need to get some walking in. But still got a few hours of daylight, but, there's some things that I want to get to. And then, like I said, at some point, I'm going to sit down and do some reading. So I'm going to wrap this up. Till next time, Mr. Gray Cloud here, Sage of the Eternal Moment. Over and out.